You know, when you're back in New York, you just see pollution everywhere. Bad roads and pollution. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm driving from North Dakota to New York. It's going to take me approximately 1 day and 4 hours, which is a total of 28 hours. I did drive from New York to North Dakota. So this is North Dakota, and I left my destination about maybe 40 minutes ago. I was in Williston. I don't know where the hell I am now, but I'm very far away from the next state. This journey is just like driving from one state to the next. It's just as though I'm driving from New York to New Jersey or from New York to Pennsylvania. It's the same thing, only that it's a few extra states in between. Now, the first rule of thumb is when you're driving these long distances, unless you know the road, do not go over the speed limit. Do not go over the speed limit. Every state is a law unto itself. New York is basically they're kind of like lawless in terms of the driving rules. They're like, you can go 20 over your speed limit and the police won't stop you if you're on the highway. If you're in the city, you can do at most 15. I think it's 10. Is it 10 or 15? I think it's 15. But if you go over that, you get a ticket from the cameras, or police will stop you. So another rule of thumb is just be courteous to other drivers, because drivers just mind their own business out here in these states. So along my journey, I'm gonna share with you. When I get to Minnesota, I'll show you what's up. I'm like, I think that sign just said that I'm 8 miles, from Ray. That's a town in North Dakota. And it's all good, but out here it's mostly oil fields, like oil, they're mining oil, drilling oil, doing whatever, you know, and it's very country out here. It's like industrial
today, and thank you everyone
I'm about
listening. God bless you, and we will see you next time.
Take care.
An hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes into my trip. And I just wanted to come on real quick and say that the reception is not the best. I have T-Mobile, and I'm still in North Dakota, by the way. I have T-Mobile, and right now my phone, like, there are certain dead spots, your phone drops signal, but for the most part I have signal, and I'm really grateful for that. Gas wise, to get here, I drove to come, so to get here I spent about $138 in gas. The journey is about 1,800 to 2,000 miles long, and I was telling my sister when I was coming here how much money I spent in gas, and she was like, that's not bad, you know. The gas stations, there are a lot of rest stops and gas stations along the way. Right now I'm driving on Highway 2, and I see absolutely no gas stations, and this highway is about 100 miles long. So before you get on Highway 2, you'll want to ensure you have a full tank of gas, or at least half a tank of gas to take you on this 100-mile road. I'm headed to Minot. I already passed Ray. I think I'm almost at Stanley, and this is what the journey looks like thus far. Still a lot of nothingness. Alright, for my trip going, I only have bottled water. I put everything on my car front there. and a few fruits. I didn't cook anything, so I'll have to get something on the road. I usually eat like if I could get good tasting vegetarian food or vegan food, I buy that. Otherwise I just eat trash. Like I would stop at Popeyes or something, because sometimes it's just hard to find good food on the road. You're not sure if you buy it, you're gonna like it, so it's always easier to stick to the evil, you know. I haven't really seen any place that I would want to stop right now, and since COVID I've just been interested in going to the drive-thru. I haven't seen any Popeyes here. Why am I saying Popeyes? Popeyes here. I don't know. Maybe there's no Popeyes in North Dakota, who knows? But I know there is McDonald's here. I did see McDonald's. That's like a trailer park. A lot of people here in the US live in trailers. They don't live in actual homes, and there's like designated spots for people that live that type of life. I don't know if you pay like a rental fee for the land for being there, or a maintenance fee or whatever, but welcome to America. Welcome to North Dakota. I think we just drove through Minot. I was wondering if it was Minot, but now I'm on the 100-mile to, maybe this will take me closer to Minnesota. So I'm heading out of North Dakota actually, which is gonna take some time. And as I said, like, it's just empty, like it's nothingness out here, you know. It's a few houses here and there, apartment buildings. A lot of industrial stuff are out here, especially because of the oil industry. There's just nothing else to show in North Dakota. A lot of fancy looking equipment and large equipment are here, of which I did not really get to take any shots of. Like, that's a barn house. There are many barn houses in North Dakota, a lot, because farming is a big thing here, between here and Minnesota. Well, all the states, especially in PA, you see a lot of farming here. You're going to see a lot of big equipment. An industrial place that looks like somebody's yard. I'm on my way to, let's see, okay, so I'm 40 miles away from the 94, so I'm headed east. When I was coming, I was headed west. I'm really looking for a gas station to stop by. Oh, this looks like a military base down there. It really, yeah, it looks like a military base. And this is like a small town here. I don't know what town I'm in, but this is one of those small towns, and I really need to stop for gas. Honestly, I'm like an introvert. I don't like when I draw much attention to myself. I know that kind of sounds weird because I have a YouTube channel. So I want to stop for gas. I'm gonna stop here and see how that goes. Alright, so I'm just gonna jump out here, try and get some gas real quick because I'm feeling strange. So the place that I went to first, something was wrong with my card and they were asking me to see the cashier, and I didn't want to talk to anybody, so I'm not a gas station now, and they were telling me to see the cashier. Why? So we're in North Dakota all the same. I'm like maybe 5.5 hours into the journey, And this is the section where I will border Minnesota and North Dakota. So I'm actually on my way to Minnesota. The Americans say Minnesota. But we all know that T is sounded T and not D. Right, I see some license plate, like this car in front of me. Their license plate is Minnesota. And oh my gosh, the scenery is to die for in some of these places. Look at this large body of water. And by the way, my sister was telling me on my way in, my sister was telling me North Dakota is on the, well, no, it's going to be on my left, which would be this way. So this is North Dakota and this is South Dakota. I've never been to South Dakota, I've only been to North Dakota. And also, North Dakota is very close, it's right beside Canada. I have a niece that lives in Winnipeg, and she was like a 4-hour drive away from me. But because it wasn't a part of the trip, I didn't go to see her. So we're almost in Minnesota. And I got my gas. I'm full tank. I also realized that it's cheaper when I fill my tank up instead of keeping my tank filled. I spend less money on gas. So we're in Minnesota now, the state where Minneapolis is in. And as you can see, it's a bit more populated. You see a lot more vehicles, and the place looks completely different from North Dakota. I have gotten just about quarter tank of the gas used that I got recently from Shell. And now I'm hungry. I haven't had anything substantial all day to eat. So it's time for chowder. Let me see what these exits are offering us. I see something food, Hardee's. I had Hardee's the other day and I didn't really enjoy it. I prefer to eat McDonald's. I always get the double quarter pounder burger. Honestly, I'm so not used to blogging or vlogging. I hardly vlog, but I forgot to vlog when I was at the hotel. I stayed at the Comfort Inn, both ways, both going into North Dakota and coming out of North Dakota. I stayed in the Comfort Inn in Indiana, and I stayed at the Comfort Inn in Wisconsin, because I'm still in Wisconsin. I just literally left the Comfort Inn, and as a result, the next state that I will touch would be, I think, would be Illinois or Indiana. I think the next state that I'm going in is Indiana, and then Illinois. Or no, it's Illinois. It's definitely Illinois, and Illinois is where Chicago is. So you're gonna get to see a bit of Chicago. And this is a bit of Wisconsin. Mind my rear view, it looks like this because in North Dakota and what's the name of this state? In Minnesota, in North Dakota and Minnesota, there are a lot of bugs. I need to clear it, and even if I use my windshield wiper, it's not taking it off. So if you're going to travel to those states, just ensure you have a cloth that you could use to wipe your windshield off with. I'm also not going into any towns, so you're not really going to get to see anything from these states apart from the highway traffic. Yeah, it's just highway traffic you're gonna see throughout this entire journey. But along the way, I'm just sharing my experience and what's good and what's not. As for what would you call it? For the hotel stay, I paid $110 for double occupancy because they didn't have single bedrooms. Single bedrooms, I think they said is like $90 or something. going to Chicago. We're going to enter into Illinois anytime soon, and you're going to see how different things look. My gas needle, I've been topping up gas, like as I said in previous clips, I don't let my gas needle go below half. I'm trying it, you know, differently. When I was coming, I would let my tank go on empty and then I would fill it up. Now I'm coming back, I'm trying a different method. I'm saying, okay, maybe let me not let the needle go past half and see how much money I spend and compare the both trips.
For your safety, please take pride in our team
From state to state or across country, it's not hard. The hardest part is just having to find the time to do it, of course, because this took me 4 to 5 days to do. So it took me like 2 days, less than 2 days, to get to North Dakota, and now on my way back. It may take me a little longer, but the best thing to do is to go with the traffic. Do not speed. Speeding in New York, New Jersey, it's no big deal because everyone does it, and you only get a ticket if you're going terribly fast. But in states like North Dakota, Minnesota, some parts of Wisconsin, some parts of Illinois, don't speed. Police will give you a ticket for speeding because it's just, what I've noticed is it's just not the culture here in the highways. Well, I'm right outside of Chicago. Long focus. So she's mad busy now, right? Yeah, I've seen many people and types of people since I've been living here in the US, but I've never seen Amish people in person. They're eating. I'm at this plaza. And they're right there, dressed in traditional Amish clothing. So there must be an Amish community somewhere near here. It's not going to be easy to find food, cooked food, as a Caribbean person. So, well, unless you like turn off from the highway and go all the way into the town. I got so tired of eating crappy food. The closest thing to healthy or to like a proper meal that I could have gotten was this Baja bowl from Panera Bread, and it's made with I think this is brown rice, quinoa. It's called a warm bowl. I think this is black beans, avocado, tomatoes. I got some runny mac and cheese. I hate runny mac and cheese, so I'm just like straining everything and putting it in there. But honestly, it's not bad. Oh, and feta cheese. It's really not bad. It's way better than all the crap that I've been eating on the road for the past couple of days. So it's nighttime now, and I only have 7.5 hours left of the journey. I've been thinking about driving through the night, and I don't want to. I break down at the back there. God knows what can happen. Yeah. And those roads are very, very lonely, and I'm alone, and I'm gonna be tired and whatever. So I'm considering stopping again, which is not the usual because I was supposed to make this like a 2-day point instead of 3-day point. It's now 9:52 p.m. So I'm at the Holiday Inn Express. I usually like staying at Comfort Inn because it's cheaper, but I needed to stop and I just decided to stay at Holiday Inn Express. And this one in Ohio is cheaper. It's actually $114 inclusive of tax. And then if you sign up to become a member, you get a discount. So I actually paid $94 instead of $114. This is the room. This is single occupancy, as you can see. And Ohio, where I am, it's right on the border. It's not too far from Pennsylvania. So tomorrow, I only have an average of 7 hours left to get back to New York. This basically has everything, like ironing board, an iron, laundry bag, hangers, the usual TV. I don't know how to use a TV. I don't watch TV unless someone is watching it. This fancy light, you just touch it. One of those sensor lights. A phone, of course, who uses those? Oh, there's another light here. Let's bright up the place. You have your couch and you have your outlets right here. And oh, you have more outlets here. It's really, this is the most modern, I should say contemporary hotel room that I've ever stayed in. I've never stayed in a hotel room with such contemporary design. And of course you have the mirror. That's me, of course. This is like a computer chair thingy here. And you have your tools, your racks. Oh, let that fall. Put that back. You have the dryer, more towels, some tissue. This toilet is leaking and it's driving me nuts. I don't know what to do about it. This is the bathroom. I see a little bit of dirt in the corner there. You need to clean that properly. That's the thing about staying in hotels. If you're like OCD, it could be very gross. But I'm just here to sleep and leave. Well, bathe, sleep, leave. Bathe, sleep, bathe, leave. Right. And of course you have your AC. I think the Holiday, not the Holiday Inn, the Comfort Inn had one like this. And you got your fancy window, very contemporary. Yeah, so until the morning, I'll see you. Time for bed. All right, so it's early in the morning. No, not that early, it's late, it's after 9. This is what I'm wearing. I'm ironing. And then I'll be out of here. Can you see me? There, this way. And I'm in Pennsylvania now. I have 372 miles left before I get back to New York, which should take an average of 6 hours. And I don't remember if I mentioned this, but the time zone changes when you get to Indiana. So it's like halfway in Indiana, you're on New York time, but then when you get to the last part of Indiana into North Dakota, the hour is set back. So it's like you're on an hour earlier. So I'm back on normal time zone right now. It's 11:12 now. I'm hungry, but I really don't want to eat the trash food. Like, the food is terrible. Like, when people tell you that they're hungry but they don't want to eat the trash that's on the road, please believe what they're going through. They say, what? Who feels it knows, eh? So this is what's happening right now. A lot of truckers are in Pennsylvania. Oh my, of all the states that I've gone to, mad truckers are in Pennsylvania. Like, You see more trucks than vehicle more than anything, I tell you. There is a code with the truckers. Let me see if I could show it to you, and I'm gonna give you, this is an example. So look at this truck. That's the Walmart truck, right? So there's a Walmart truck in the fast lane, because drivers know that the left lane is always a fast lane, right? So then there's this this looks like a Murano in front of me. So the Murano obviously wants to get past all this traffic, and usually truckers, it's the law that slower traffic stay in the right lane, faster traffic stays in the left lane. So what is really supposed to be happening is that the Walmart truck is supposed to pull over, and all the other trucks in front of him, so that this Murano and whoever else, this is happening. So you see, look, he's pulling over because he knows that he's not supposed to be in that lane. So most of the time the truckers do that. The moment they see that you're lingering behind them, they either pull over or they speed up, go in front of the other truck in the right lane, and they pull over for you. It's like protocol, you know? Sometimes you're gonna come onto roads like this, especially if you take like an exit and you're trying to get back to the main and all that jazz. Yeah, just be careful. You know, people live in this area. There are deers, animals, other form of animals can run out into the road. You can, you know, put yourself in a bind that you really don't want to be in. This is a chapel, it's a church. Pennsylvania is really beautiful. A lot of green lands here. Very peaceful, tranquil place to be. It's beautiful, and it's not heavily populated with a lot of traffic and so forth, so it's really nice.
You can pick it up now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, and there's sauce. You see it in the bag, okay?
How do I do this?
Open up.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Huh? Yeah, you too.
All right. Yeah, so I got Chinese food. Very sweet. That's actually one of my favorite type of foods, and I love Chinese food because you can always get it steaming hot. Like, that's how I love my food. I love my food, and I love it steaming hot. So let's see what we have here. I ordered a vegetable lo mein. Woot. Let's see how this tastes. Where's the fork? It's right here. And let me pray for us, Lord. Thank you for this food. I'm finally eating something a little more decent than what I've been eating from the past couple of days, apart from yesterday at Panera. Lord, I thank you for this meal. Lord, please bless it. Keep me safe while eating it, and in Jesus' name I pray, amen. Yeah, let's see how this tastes. It's tasty. Oh my gosh. Well, of course we all know it's COVID time, and hardly anyone in like those country area places, they're not wearing masks. When you get to like Indiana, Ohio, you'll see people wearing masks, but in North Dakota and stuff, like no one is wearing masks. Hell, I'm not even wearing mask. Well, I wear mask if they have up signs saying that it's mandatory for you to come in with a mask. And I'm still eating. I have quite some time to go, but it's daytime, so I'm just taking it easy. It's incredibly beautiful out here. Look at that. Like, it's amazing. Oh my goodness. We're just passing Kalahari. I'm in the Pocono now. Well, I'm back in, this is New Jersey. Next New York. You know when you're back in New York, like, you just see pollution everywhere. Bad roads and pollution.